Hi everyone, I'm Dominic. Today I am back to the battle topic that many people love. The true gladiators of today will be two powerful enemies that almost killed the legendary Godzilla, Muto Prime vs King Ghidorah.
Muto Prime Origins. The Muto Prime, also dubbed Genshin Mushi, was a giant parasitic daikaiju that appears in the 2019 graphic novel Godzilla Aftershock. Muto Prime is an ancient superspecies that lived alongside Godzilla and other titans. While the Muto Prime could theoretically impregnate the other titans, Muto Primes preferably targeted Godzilla's species, as they would be the biggest and the best hosts for their young. Monarch scientist Dr. Emma Russo theorized that Muto Prime is either the adult form of a female Muto, could be after eating a male after mating, or the last survivor of this species in prehistoric times to fight the strongest. Abilities: Seismic Concussive Blast. In its third encounter with Godzilla, when it punched the ground, Muto Prime triggered a shock wave that destabilized a nearby fault line or created a new one as a result of its fracturing a weak portion of an existing tectonic plate. It used this ability directly on Godzilla and turned it into a concussive blast to knock him off his feet. Sonic Roar. Muto Prime can emit a sonic roar powerful enough to shatter Godzilla's dorsal plate. Muto Prime's eyes glow bright red before using this attack. The sonic roar causes seismic instability and was evolved to specifically resonate and shatter Godzilla dorsal plates through harmonic resonance. Bioterrestrial nature. Due to its bioterrestrial nature, Muto Prime appears to create earthquakes and is capable of manipulating tectonic plates. It also exploits weaknesses in fault lines that it discovers as it travels underground across the Earth. Reproduction. Muto Prime is genetically programmed to seek out a titan host for its offspring. After defeating an opponent in battle, Muto Prime's flexible, arrow-like ovipositors, guided by the uranium in a titan's blood, stab it like a scorpion's tail and implant parasitic eggs into the titan's stomach lining. The eggs incubate by breaking down the hemoglobin in the host blood to feed on the nuclear material, eventually rendering the host unable to replenish its atomic energy until it finally dies. The embryos then continue to develop within the host carcass for centuries before finally hatching and breaking through its ribcage. The result of this parasitic infection is two subspecies of Muto Prime, a male and a female, which will subsequently mate and reproduce, creating countless offspring capable of overrunning the world. Physical abilities. Muto Prime's powerful legs create thunderous steps which generate loud seismic disturbances and allow it to stand its ground in battle against other titans. Muto Prime's forelimbs are its primary means of attack and are powerful enough to knock Godzilla back with a single blow. Its smaller legs are also able to draw blood during the battle in France. Due to their sharp claws, Muto Prime also possesses razor-sharp back spines, though it is not seen using them in battle. Durability. Muto Prime is covered in an armored outer shell, which according to Monarch makes it an unstoppable mountain of a tank as it erupts from the earth. Its shell allows it to withstand Godzilla's attacks in their various encounters. Weaknesses. When the Muto Prime awakens, while it is powerful, it is in a weakened state. Just like a bear waking up after hibernation, it has to feed on nuclear reactors to gain strength. Muto Prime is not as powerful as Godzilla in physical combat, and chooses to perform a hit and run in the first two encounters because it was too weak to fight him. Muto Prime's eggs emit a sonic pulse while inside a host that signals to their mother that they are safely incubating and change Muto Prime's response from fight to flight. Emma Russo was able to exploit this by replicating the sonic pulse effect, called the drums of Ragin, using a prototype for her sonar device Orca. This pacified Muto Prime long enough for Godzilla to take the upper hand in the battle. While its shell can protect it from most damage, Godzilla's blunt force attacks can damage Multiprem's armor, and his atomic breath does indeed hurt it. Even though it cannot knock it out, Multiprem is finally killed and Godzilla stomps on and crushes its head while it is helpless after being knocked onto its back. King Ghidorah 2019 Origins. King Ghidorah is a three-headed titan served as a main antagonist of Godzilla, King of the Monsters in 2019. Size. King Ghidorah is 158.8 meters, 521 feet in height, and weighs 141,056 tons. Abilities. Flight. King Ghidorah flies at a speed of 550 knots, or about Mach 0.8. Gravity beams. King Ghidorah can spit bioelectrical golden gravity beams from each of his mouths that are powerful enough to tear through buildings and disintegrate human beings. This attack is also shown to cause physical harm to other titans. With only one shot, Ghidorah was able to shoot Rodan down, and a concentrated barrage was enough to disintegrate Mothra. Wing lightning. King Ghidorah can project lightning from the tips of his wings. In addition to damaging aircraft it strikes, this lightning blinds and temporarily stuns Godzilla, allowing Ghidorah to attack him. This ability damaged Ghidorah himself, scorching his wings. However, this is offset by his regenerative powers. Intelligence. King Ghidorah shows his intelligence during combat, such as when he bites down on electrical wiring during his battle with Godzilla in Boston, allowing him to temporarily stun his nemesis long enough to attack him. Realizing that he was overwhelmed by both Godzilla and Mothra, Ghidorah wisely calls in Rodan to keep the queen of the monsters occupied. Tails. King Ghidorah possesses twin tails which are prehensile and can be used to constrict foes along with his neck. He uses his tails to restrain Godzilla as he lifts him high into the sky before dropping him. Physical capabilities. King Ghidorah uses his jaws when in close combat in a similar manner to a snake. He also has the ability to constrict an opponent with his 3 necks and 2 tails, strangling Godzilla at one point. King Ghidorah is also shown to be capable of lifting enemies comparable to him in size, without much strain, as seen when he slams Godzilla to the ground and carries him up into the atmosphere in order to drop him. However, he was only able to do this by absorbing massive amounts of electricity and stunning Godzilla. Durability. King Ghidorah is immune to conventional weaponry, and is also able to withstand a blast of Godzilla's atomic breath at point-blank range, though it still pushes him back. Due to his extraterrestrial nature, Ghidorah is immune to the effects of the Oxygen Destroyer, which seriously injured Godzilla and killed all other life within a 2-mile radius. King Ghidorah was seen using his wings as a shield to protect his head from missiles. He tries using them to shield his head from Godzilla's nuclear pulse, but they were unable to withstand the intense heat and were incinerated. Regeneration. King Ghidorah possesses an exceptional healing factor. After having his left head severed by Godzilla, he was able to completely regenerate it in a matter of moments. However, he needs to absorb radiation or electricity to do this. During his final battle with Godzilla in Boston, Ghidorah regenerated holes and tears in his wings after absorbing electricity from a nearby power substation. Energy absorption. King Ghidorah is able to absorb energy through his mouth. He is shown doing this twice in his final battle with Godzilla. At one point, he bites down on a nearby power substation and absorbs the electricity, which he projects through the tips of his wings. Later, he constricts his neck around Godzilla before biting down on him and draining his atomic energy. King Ghidorah absorbed radiation from the island Damara volcano to provide the nourishment necessary to regenerate his severed head. Weaknesses. While a skilled fighter on the ground, and in his element when in the air, King Ghidorah demonstrates considerable difficulty when fighting in the water, as shown when Godzilla dragged him underwater in Mexico, and would have been killed then and there if it were not for the interference of the oxygen destroyer. His regeneration takes time, and he wasn't able to regenerate his wings and left and right heads after they were disintegrated by burning Godzilla's nuclear pulse. Because each head is capable of independent thought, they may become distracted and require the dominant middle head to get their attention and give them orders. However, all three were distracted by and pursued the Oak when they had Godzilla at their mercy in Boston, giving him time to recover and ultimately leading to King Ghidorah's downfall. Battle analysis. Muto Prime is as big as Godzilla, so it will be smaller than King Ghidorah. Prime overwhelms Godzilla because Godzilla becomes weaker and weaker, while Prime increasingly consumes nuclear radioactive material and grows stronger. Ghidorah also needed a recharge in order to overwhelm Godzilla. They would both be able to kill Godzilla if humans didn't interfere. However, Prime was able to kill Godzilla because it was Godzilla's natural enemy. Prime's body evolved to defeat Godzilla's species. They can weaken Big G's atomic breath. They scream faster than Godzilla. They can use the sonic roar attack to break Godzilla's dorsal plate. But Prime's body wasn't designed to kill King Ghidorah. Earth-type Pokémon's attacks are useless against flying-type Pokémon. King G can just fly up to avoid the impact of Prime's punch to the ground.
Prime's speed is also not fast enough to escape King G.
Prime's forte is melee, while King G is not only good at melee but also very strong at long range. Now I am going to put Prime and King G in a state where they are both healthy. In terms of strength, Prime at his peak overwhelmed Dragon in terms of physical strength, so it wouldn't be weaker than Godzilla and King Ghidorah. King G has up to 3 dragon heads, 2 wings, and 2 tails. However, Prime also has 2 very strong forelimbs and many small legs to support combat. In terms of durability, Prime possesses a very durable armor. Its armor is as strong as Godzilla's, I think. On the opposite side, the Ghidorah also has a very durable armor. In terms of long-range attack, King Ghidorah is completely overwhelming, thanks to his ability to fly well and shoot gravity beams from a distance. Prime also has a sonic roar attack that can damage Ghidorah. However, this attack requires Prime to stay close to King G, while King G's attack range is much further. In terms of speed, with the ability to fly, of course, King G will be faster than Muto Prime. Prime also cannot use the heat and run tactics with King G. In terms of recovery, King G can regenerate the body very fast as well as can recharge power faster. In terms of intelligence, both Titans are quite wise in combat. Considering all factors, in my opinion, King G will have an advantage when fighting Muto Prime. Ghidorah's winning rate will be 60% while Prime is 40%. However, Prime's winning rate is still quite big if the match takes place underwater, the environment where King G becomes weaker. My battle analysis is over here. Are you satisfied with this result? Please comment your thoughts below. If this is the first time you watch a video of my channel and find it good, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, goodbye and see you in the next videos.